We
What is up,
live.
guys? It's your boy Sean Flack 2.0 coming at you live and direct from the studio. Man, here we are, episode 40, or let's be season 7, episode 10. Here we are in the studio with me. Right above me, I got Crinley. What's up, Crinley? Crin Diggity
What's going
Dog.
on?
How we doing today?
I can't complain.
Okay, all right. Up here, we got a New York God. What up, New York?
How's it going?
Shoot, you tell me, man. You've been radio silent for about 6 months.
Man, work, more work. And now I go on call next week.
Then you really go to work, huh?
Right.
Okay. Of course, I got my boy Sensei John in the house. What up, Sensei?
What's happening, y'all? Sensei in the house. 40th episode.
Here we go. All right. If you guys don't know, for us, this is a big deal. I mean, especially for me. So it took us a while to get here, but we made the commitment to do 40 episodes. With today's episode, we're actually record breaking today. When I did the show originally, 39 episodes. The reason why we did 40 was to be able to break that record, and here we are today. We've been doing the show together for over a year now. So we're going to take today's episode. It's going to be a little bit longer. There'll be no after dark because we're just going to go ahead and end this up. We're going to have discussions, after the show, behind the scenes, what we're going to do next. But today we want to talk about this past year, this past over a year at this point. I mean, that's it. Things that we learned, things that, we talked about, some moments that we had together. So yeah, but before we get started, let's do some shout outs real quick. So of course it's going to be my first one's going to be shout out Shadowpack West, shadowpackwest.com, and all the patrons that have supported us on this journey all the way up to this episode. I want to say thank you to everything that you guys have done. If it's not financially, but like sharing out our stuff, any supporters that we have. Yeah, just want to say shout out to you guys. If you're interested in becoming a patron, you can go to shadowpackwest.com. On the splash page, it'll click on Become a Patron, where you start your patronage as little as $1 a month. There we have almost 40 episodes. I'm sure over 35 episodes of After Dark and behind the scenes episodes. There are a couple free ones out there if you just want to see what the taste you could get. But those are all available for our patrons. So again, if you guys are interested, shadowpackwest.com. There'll be changes to the website over there through our little break. But you'll see hopefully some more things will come of it. But that's all I got. Grin Diggity Dog, what you got for us?
Hot dog.
I like that. Grin Diggity Dog.
Shout out us.
You got to do that one more time because I froze up the whole time you were talking.
That's amazing. I was just saying, my only shout out is for us, making it 40 episodes.
Absolutely.
Getting it deep.
Absolutely. New Order, what you got for us, sir?
I actually have no idea right now. My mind, if I'm being completely honest, is shot. So I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you.
Yeah, we do.
Sensei, what you got for us, sir?
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Shout out to y'all for making this trip, making this journey such a good one. I appreciate y'all. For those that don't know out there, also, this is my last episode on the Dad's Life podcast. I will be stepping away for a bit, and I will be concentrating on They Don't Get It. They Don't Get It TV. That is me and my boy Chef J Red, our new show that we do. And it's right now, it's not live like this one. It is pre-recorded, but we try to come out with something every week, every couple weeks. But I needed a little time to be able to do dad stuff and record. And doing 2 shows is not the way to go right now in my life. So, we did it. We conquered, we overcame everything that was trying to come against us in this show. I made some new friends, compadres, people that I can, call on and, holla at and talk to, man. And I know if I'm ever in Tennessee, I can come by and see. And North Carolina.
He's in
You're not
I
in
don't know who you're seeing in
Arkansas.
Tennessee.
I'm sorry, Arkansas.
Arkansas,
Arkansas.
by way of
Like
Tennessee.
you shot me over by a state, but hey,
Hey, there goes Sensei. Where is he going? But yeah, no.
He was coming.
All jokes aside, that this has been a fun journey. This has been something that Sean helped me put into play. And I'm grateful. I'm thankful that, I'm able to do something with guys that have the same like mind and same journey that I'm on. So I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk a little bit more about that,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
All good.
But we appreciate you. Okay. Before we get into today's little discussion, and it is kind of open ended at this point, we do got a couple of talking points. But before we do that, Crinley, what do we got to do first?
Oh man, we didn't do it last episode.
No.
I know. I was waiting.
But so we're a little late, but we're gonna do what's in your cup. Wait, hold on. You don't get the pop.
No, I didn't hear
No
the
pop.
pop.
I got
They
the
might hear it.
hazy little thing, IPA.
Okay. Hazy IPA.
That's my new go-to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 6.7%, so I ain't gonna get rowdy like I do sometimes.
Yeah, because you get rowdy. You're known for being rowdy.
man, you just need to call. Yeah.
All right, Noor, what you got for us, sir? What's in your cup?
I mean, it was a full thing of Jameson and Pepsi, but now I've got just a little bit left.
Okay.
It's my Friday.
I heard that.
It's
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah, Sensei, what you got?
It's my Monday. I got a little juice here, some sugar juice. But this is what I wanted to show off last week, or last time we did it. This is my green juice that.
Noor is like, nope.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. I know it looked crazy in this little, no.
I mean, but we both got toddlers, man. Like, that's too soon. It's too soon.
Hey, this right here though, this gonna just keep you. I talked about it on They Don't Get It. We got apples. We got 7 apples, ginger, 2 cucumbers. We got some celery, a stalk of celery, some cilantro, some parsley. We got a bunch of shit in
You
here.
got a garden, is what you're telling me.
And I'm telling you,
juiced the
hey,
garden.
this right here will keep you hydrated and motivated. I'm gonna tell you that. And so,
And flowing. Yeah.
And flowing, man. I'm just saying, man. You don't want to be stopped up. So cheers to y'all.
Cheers.
Oh, it's got a little.
You know what?
It's got a
though?
little cayenne.
It's
It's got a little cayenne pepper in there
yeah,
too.
Sensei didn't had me drink a little shot of it last time I saw him. You know what I'm saying? It ain't bad. It looked worse than it tastes. I tell you that much. And it ain't even. It's green juice. You know what I'm saying?
It's green juice.
Right.
What you mean,
Everything
look
mixes
worse?
when it gets to your stomach, anyways, right?
Right. Okay. You know what? It is actually my Friday. I made sure.
Oh, your Friday?
Man, it's my Friday. I'm not
That's
working
that
tomorrow.
cayenne.
I'm not working tomorrow, so what am I drinking on? Some Shock Top.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Belgian White. You know what
Did
I'm
you stuff
saying?
an orange in there?
No, I should have, but yeah. So not like I said, I'm not working this weekend. I just came off like a good 3.5 week run, so I'll take this weekend off and try to enjoy myself.
Hey, periodically you keep cutting in and out. Y'all hear that?
Luckily,
Yeah, but I was checking it out. The recording's good.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Luckily, on my part.
I was making sure, man.
Yeah,
40th episode.
Yeah, you know what? But this is par for the course. It's just what's
Yeah.
gonna happen. So
I'm gonna tell you, man.
It
that
had to
shit
come out this
crazy.
episode.
it had to.
Had to.
It had to.
That
Okay.
shit crazy.
So let's kind of talk. We're gonna talk about reflections. I mean, what do you guys think about our run for the show? Just in general, like, what is your feelings about it? We're not talking about what we're gonna do next or what's gonna be happening in the future, but just being a part of the group, um, uh, being a part of the group, and yeah, just what are some opening thoughts about these past 40 episodes that we've done? Who wants to get started?
Well, I'll just say it's been fun. I've had a blast listening to you guys talk the last 40 episodes. Because I
Listening to
usually
us
don't have
talk.
much to say.
Right.
Hold on.
But I mean, the last episode, I think I did all right. But yeah, no, I've had a blast. It's been great getting. I mean, I knew you guys, but it's been great getting to know Sensei as well.
And especially she's on a whole new dynamic, right?
Yeah,
I mean, kind of to piggyback off of Crinley here, but yeah, the three of us have worked together. Just this is new, right? And it's been fun.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been great.
Did you have any more, Crinley? I kind of like I wanted to get in on that thought
Shoved
because it
him
was
off,
good.
Like, hey,
that's good. I was throwing that out there just to get it going.
Okay, my favorite thing of this entire year is honestly seeing Sensei grow.
thank you.
From the time
We are frozen.
that
Sitting in the dungeon.
right. So what did you hear last?
The time I heard everything.
Not you, him. He was froze.
Yeah, so if I freeze, that means the recording freezes. So just start from the beginning. Watching Sensei grow.
Yeah, so definitely watching Sensei grow is one of the things that I have enjoyed seeing the most. Coming in on that, what was that?
The third episode or fourth?
Third episode of season 3?
Three.
If we're season 7?
Yeah, 3. Yep, season 3.
Yeah. So 3, right?
Yeah.
The bare bones that you had, my guy, you were on your wife's laptop, right? With, I think if I remember correctly, you even had corded, like the old school corded headphones connected into it.
No, I was using my PlayStation. I think my place. Yeah,
That's
these
right.
motherfuckers. Where they at? I retired these motherfuckers right here.
Right, but then I've seen you actually even try to find what you right, and the way I've seen that is how you've made your backgrounds, right? You've kind of gone through multiple different things, and then now you've kind of just like settled into what you have now. That now has been very consistent. You still have a shoe out there, right? For
I'm
us to
glad
see.
you noticed that.
But the biggest thing of all, forget the stuff, right? Because we all started out with stuff at some point that was not that great. Your confidence on the microphone, your quote unquote stage presence, right?
Right.
Has been a phenomenal journey to watch. And I'm actually really proud to sit here and see you go off and do your own thing and teach your buddy what you learned.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. That's my takeaway from this year.
If
Awesome.
I see that shoe start spinning, I'm gonna holler at you. You're gonna know. You might see me calling 911.
I should have. You know what? I should have brought the ticker and the shoe out. I just didn't have enough time today. I should have just made the background just like boom, like this is all my shit, But yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. We're just doing a little round robin.
What we talking about? Favorite moments?
Favorite just open reflections. Yeah, favorite moments or episodes.
We're talking about reflection.
Yeah, just not only watching myself grow, but getting to know, like I said before, you guys in a sense of how good we work together. and the flow of everything. Because at first it wasn't as I thought 4 people was gonna be like too many, and um, our flow has just grew. It feels like I'm talking to you guys in the same room.
Right.
That's how good we are, and yeah, I still have some kinks to work out with each other.
And
As
apparently
far
with our
as
stream too.
how we, yeah, but that was, I guess that was my fault. But just see, is that him? Yeah, just the banter going back and forth. Ours, we can. It's like I can cut you off and finish your sentence at the same time. I don't know. It's one of those type of things because we get each other. We're all dads. He's a dad too, but I feel like we still got some more growing to go. But um, funnest part is actually just being able to, you know, I guess, man, watch watch them over and over and over again. I want to say, like, being able to watch these episodes over and over again, and to know that we got something accomplished here as a group, and we were able to hopefully reach people. Well, I'm glad we reached New York's friend. It only takes one. It only takes one, and that's what I feel like we've grown and we've been able to, like, we will touch those people that we sought out to touch, because these episodes still need to be promoted, and this type of I want to say niche never dies because dads always have the same type of uh, issues or problems, with uh, kids, wives, being a husband as well. We talked about some of those things. Um, but yeah, I don't have a specific episode or anything that,
Okay.
but just, just the growth of all of us, and being able to work with you guys, Shadow Pack West, shout out to them.
Okay. Um, for me, it's if I look back at this honestly, it's pride. I take a look and I'm proud of what we have accomplished, especially seeing where I started with it, and then from its like super humble beginnings, and then watching some of the old stuff, and then seeing where it's grown, and how not just but more or less the hosts. Like I'm proud that we were able to come together. I'm proud that we stuck all 40 episodes out, barring a couple episodes where we weren't all in there together, but just getting
Yeah.
out there and saying, we're going to hit this, we're going to hit that 40 mark. For me, again, being proud of us as a group, because, me and Yord and Crinley all came from places where people committed and then they ghosted, right? Or and working in 3 different time zones, but still staying committed. Through different adversity, diversity. We talked about politics, our different points of views, and we still, regardless of that, we still were able to
Hmm.
still come together and finish out and still be, yeah, just here, because this is, to me, this is what America looks like, right? We are diverse. We are from different places. We do have different views. We do have, but we need to do this together. And I love America, and I mean, yeah, uh, because of what we are, and I feel that we represent that. And then to be dads, to be, to me, an underrepresented group, and being together with this, talking about the hard topics, sharing our experiences. But me, it's like being proud of what we do. And yeah, we did reach a few people. Some people have reached out to me about different stuff. And then seeing the growth and seeing the learning and seeing, just again what we accomplished together. and then excited about where we're going next. And yes, in the groups that we were in, people take certain things personal, like when they leave, right? But I knew that eventually, that's what we did. You learn, you took what you needed to, and you go and you grow and you do something else and you venture off and do things. And for me, I'm a trainer at my job as well. So to see somebody, I'm talking specifically about you at this point, Sensei, but seeing someone that took what I taught, you know, got into this group, learned more, grew, and then out of the shell to be like, hey, I want to try this, you know, on my own. I want to try, I want to try this. I want to try this on my own. I want to see how this comes out. I want to use my own fresh ideas, and I'm proud of that. That to me brings pride. Like, good, let's grow. And so yeah, I really enjoyed working with you guys, and throughout all the episodes, I've said thank you, and I can't appreciate you guys more for keeping this alive for me, and being able to watch it grow. So that'll be all I got to say about
I don't,
that.
I don't think it's going anywhere, right? Just to make
No,
sure.
no, not at all. But it's gonna
Yeah,
change. Like, and that's just the
it's
thing.
going to change.
Exactly. So it's not that like it's
It's
going
just going to
anywhere.
change, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Um.
do have a favorite episode. I'm sorry.
Okay. Hit it. What you got?
We got into
It's me and
going into
Mr.
favorite
Crinley.
episodes.
No, I just because I said I don't have one. It's our
Okay.
nostalgia episode. That was. Do you remember that, Mr. Crinley?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I mean, I
Okay.
remember talking about it, but yeah. I mean,
I
look,
know. I cut Sean off, but
No, you're
I
good.
was it was in my head. I was like, I looked up
wait,
and I was
no,
like, man, we
that
had
was
an
the episode
episode.
me and you did, right? Just
It
me and
was
you.
just me and you.
Right.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yep.
Okay.
That was one
Golly.
of my favorite episodes because we got to do our own thing, and you recorded it. It wasn't a great recording, but we did it.
Right.
I mean, to tell the truth, it just wasn't.
I mean, yeah.
It was. I don't know if if it was the Wi-Fi or what, but remember it was kind of grainy, and that was
Yeah.
perfect. That was like, okay, we're gonna try something because everybody. Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
uh, yeah, that was the first time I ever had to host anything, so I was like nervous as shit. I had to take what Sean was doing and do it myself.
But you crushed it.
I was like, shit.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Let's talk about it because I remember, yeah, me and you already weren't available that day, and I was like, okay, let's do the challenge. Go ahead and hit it. See what you guys come up with. I enjoyed it when I rewatched it. I thought it came out great. And then being
wasn't
able
bad.
to jump and do that. You know what I'm saying? So no, that was awesome. Okay, do you guys have favorite episodes or favorite moments or anything like that you guys kind of pop into your head?
For me, it was the pregnancy episode. The
That was a
last
Oh,
good
so the
one.
most recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
that was a.
episode
I mean, just 'cause-
7, I think. Yeah,
I want to say that was one of our most better episodes.
yeah, yeah,
But we all had, we all experienced it. We all talked. It was just like, and bringing it back, just man, thinking about mine when they were little or before they were born, I guess, really. But going through all that, it was a good talk, and I enjoyed it.
yeah. And who hosted that show, that episode?
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, that guy. That's right, that guy. Give him the horns. No, that was a great one. That was a great one.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that was a good one. You know what? I gotta say,
And-
go ahead.
What I liked about that one is that came from a need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what I really liked about that one is that someone needed that information, and we were able to give it.
absolutely.
That was good.
Man, my favorite episode. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to say it was our political one. That was I think the one that we had right after the election.
Oh, come here. Come here. She's gonna come say hi.
Oh,
Look at.
Oh,
oh my God.
oh, hi,
Oh,
hi,
hello.
it's baby Freya. Hi.
Wave hi.
That is a pretty
Say it's
baby.
time for bed.
It's time for bed.
Oh, where you going with that backpack though?
She came. She had swim lessons.
Oh,
okay. Did you have fun?
Go run off to mommy. Close daddy's door, okay?
Oh, that is sweet.
No, that's awesome, and that's why we do
No,
this.
go.
That's
Yeah.
why we do this.
Looking just like you.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You don't need
That's
no
your twin.
right. You don't need no paternity test with that one.
No, right?
Nope.
That's your twin.
What was I saying? Oh, my favorite episode. Wow.
The
It was
political
the
one.
political one. Yeah. I really,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I really felt. I mean, that one obviously was action packed, and had a bunch of different viewpoints, and it really tested our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, y'all was going at it, me and Mr. Cridley at the popcorn for sure. We was sitting back.
That's the one that your brother was with us, right?
Yeah. Yep. That one.
Oh, with him.
Yeah.
Oh man. What's his name? Shout out to him.
The brutish one. You know
The
what I'm
brutish
saying?
one.
Yeah, the brutish one. He was out there. I liked it because it was again, it does test that relationship, even to this day. I liked it because it's we're so ingrained into potentially not being engaged into that kind of stuff. And I feel that regardless, we need to stay engaged. And, a lot of us are trained not to. But, where we work, we have to be because a lot of those policies affect what I do for a living. And the same thing with Sensei. So
Yeah, for
to
sure.
be engaged and to at least be aware of things that are going on nationally forces us to do that. And I thought it was a really great conversation. I wouldn't have changed it for anything. Yeah, and if we had a after dark, I want to say after that, or there was one of our free after dark episodes that talked about some fallout from that, and it is what it is. I mean,
I'm gonna tell y'all, those after dark shows, y'all need to go subscribe to those. Cause these two motherfuckers was going at it.
There's hey, hold on. There was an episode you and I went at it too.
Yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we did. Y'all need to go check those out because we still here working together.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. It tested that, and to me, that tells a lot of us as individuals. So that'd been my favorite one. New York, did you say what one of your favorite episodes were? Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, you got something now? Is your brain
Absolutely.
okay? You just said I'm
Man,
just here.
don't-
You couldn't get a shout out, so I'm just trying to give you a little grace.
Listen. Linda,
He
listen,
comes
okay?
Prepared.
Listen, Linda.
Okay, go ahead.
I did my homework.
Oh, okay, good.
He never does not do his homework.
Yeah, you're right.
The-
You're right. Okay.
The
prepared.
stuff though, the impromptu stuff, yeah, miss me.
Okay. Okay, what you got for us?
No, I'm gonna kick us all the way back to my first season to the men's mental health.
Yes.
That's a good one. That was a real good one.
Yes.
That's probably some of the
Isn't
most
it Men's
vital.
Mental Health Month this month?
I think it's
So it's Mental Health Awareness
Awareness.
Month.
yeah, I think it's
It's-
just in general. Yeah. I think mental health awareness, men's mental health awareness, I think is in June, or am I? I don't know. I know there's a month for it, but yeah.
Okay.
But that man, and what I love about that one is I didn't even know I needed it that bad, that episode, right? Until towards the end of this last year. When I was suffering with burnout myself, and I know we revisited that topic again, right?
Absolutely.
So
and it'll be one we will revisit again in the near future.
yes,
Yeah.
it's such an important thing that my problem with men today not so much, but men yesterday for sure, Suck it up, be a man, right? You ain't got time to feel this. Go, no, take your time. Don't become a statistic, right? So, by far, that is probably some of the most important information we can give new dads.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely, yeah. That's definitely one of the more what's the word, contributing ones I want to say, but definitely productive. Whatever words you want to kind of throw at that or whatever, needed for sure. Because we are in that flux of transition for men in general, and to accept that we do have mental issues and we do need to stop and address them and acknowledge them, and for our families and ourselves. We don't want to be self-destructive, and if you want to be a good dad, you want to be there for your kids and your family and your wife. You need to acknowledge those things that are going on, and make it to where we could address those things. That's definitely
100%.
another good one. That was definitely another good one. Shoot, okay.
Yeah. Currently, you already did yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got, we
Maybe
roll.
refresh our memory, Crinley. What was yours?
The last episode.
Oh, okay, yes.
Pregnancy.
Oh, yeah, pregnancy. That's
episode.
right.
Right. What are you doing? What's in that juice?
Huh?
What's in
No,
that
no,
juice?
no.
Messes with your short-term
Need to
memory.
add some ginkgo biloba in there.
No, I just
No, the problem is he doesn't have his normal, his regular, his go-go stuff.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at what we about to get into next. We got a long episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. We'll see where it goes. Okay. So, what we got here is the myth of of modern fatherhood and what you've learned. I think Njord already kind of talked on that, about the mental health thing, right? Learning that, trying to make sure you're.
What's the question though?
It's just a time. It's just a thing to think about. Like if I was to sit here and look at that, because you know what I did.
Here and think about, right? Was he was talking this whole time.
Oh, you guys didn't hear me?
Nope.
No.
Oh wow. No. Well, hopefully okay. So
Sensei asked you what was the question?
Oh right. And I was explaining.
I'm looking at it.
Right. No, and it's just basically, Njord had touched up on it about modern mental health, right? Like being a modern dad means like, evolving, right? We're in this transition, just like I said, about where we are from being the tough, suck it up kind of dad, and we're into this transition of the modern father, where even nowadays dads are being stay-at-home dads and moms are going to work. So
does that make us softer?
Sign me up.
I'm just saying, does that make us softer as men?
I don't think so. Because honestly, go ahead. I mean, you got a thought on that? Because I could go off on that one.
No. I don't have a thought on it, but I'm just saying. Okay, maybe not.
No. He had a topic he was going after.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Full send.
Yeah, right.
Full send.
Yeah. No. I'm just trying to make sure, I'm saying this right. Does it make us softer as men? And no, I don't think it. So it softens us up in the right areas. That's how I see it, instead of just being hard all over.
Whatever. Dude, the way you asked that question, right? The way you leaned into it, you're like, doesn't that make us soft as men?
Okay.
Right.
Asking y'all, we keep freezing.
Yeah, go ahead.
But no, but I'm asking y'all, does it make us softer as men? And I think honestly, it softens us up in the right places where we need to be, where we need to get help, right? For mental health, we don't beat our kids because hard men beat.
Well, are we talking about stay-at-home dads? Are we talking about?
No, the whole transitioning.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, the transition. I wasn't talking about staying. No.
Okay.
No, definitely not staying home dads. Because like he said, sign me up too. Shit, I don't give a fuck. Hey, I keep this motherfucker clean. And I have your bath water ran.
I'm gonna fight back on this just a little bit, right? I think there's a little bit too much of trying to transition.
What do you mean? I mean, I ain't getting my nails painted or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
no. But what are we teaching for the next generations of dads? You know what I mean? Like, as a society, not us four, but as a society, birthing persons now, right?
What's
that?
What's that?
Oh yeah, they're no longer moms; they're birthing persons, right? They're,
I've never heard of that.
you never heard?
A
You
birthing
okay? Fire up the Google,
A
Okay,
birthing person.
yeah.
Birthing?
Birthing persons,
I'm
so
looking
that
up
they
this
can
up.
do away with.
The term birthing person refers to any individual who gives birth to a child, regardless of their
Isn't that a
gender,
mother?
identity, or expression. What do you mean, regardless of their gender? Only women can have.
Remember, gender identity is separate than assigned gender.
I get it. I get it.
um,
I get it. I get that. I get that.
No, you know what?
So-
That hasn't hit me in my area.
If I'm a stud, I still have a baby.
Oh
so
no,
I'm,
it's hit your area real hard.
It hasn't hit my like circle
California.
of
Right.
feed or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the first time I've heard of it.
I'm sure it's gonna pop up now on my Instagram, Facebook,
Oh,
TikTok,
right. Because
and all the socials.
Right.
X.
Exactly.
So what I'm getting at is that our society, right, is okay. I'm gonna get into a real controversial topic
well, I mean,
So you
Because-
saying, wait.
let's-
So you saying
because
because
it's our 40th, and I am
we,
and I am the controversial one in the group to begin with.
Okay, go
So
ahead.
here we go. So the equal treatment, women, men, right? That's kind of what I'm talking about,
Mhm.
right?
Okay.
How they want to be treated like men. They all this, that, and the other. So,
they want to be treated like equals, not
but-
like men.
but right, that's gone far enough to where it's like, no, don't hold that door for me. I can get my own door, right?
Mm.
Like, essentially doing away with chivalry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've heard
Long
the
time ago. What are you
argument
talking
that
about?
chivalry was like masochistic or something like that. Okay, please
Right.
continue. Right.
What?
Right. So,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh yeah.
yes.
No, I don't
Shit.
think. But go ahead. I'll let you finish your thought.
No, but I've heard that I've heard that argument many times,
Mhm.
right? So it's this. I think, personally speaking,
Of course.
some of this transition, is put on by the women that are highly feministic, okay, and are pushing men to be softer. Okay, that way they might be
But
able
not
to
in a
be-
good way.
Yeah, but not in a good way.
Are we being
Um,
softer or are we being more helpful?
I was gonna go with
There's-
manipulated, but
Or
Yeah, I was gonna go. I'd go with
what's the other
manipulated,
one?
emasculated,
Is that
emasculated.
Emasculated.
Yeah.
So because I wash dishes, fold clothes, and
No.
actually
No.
domesticated.
Domesticate
I'm a
me. Sign me
domesticated.
up for that. Oh, go ahead.
I think what it boils down to for me is the thought process. Okay. The
I hear
thought
you.
process.
I
Right.
hear you.
If I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, hey, you know what? I love my wife. She's been working hard. I want to help her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Guess
got
what?
you.
That's really strong, right? He's done all this, and this. It's my place to do this. Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm. Okay. Sorry.
No,
We're
I
not
wanna
playing
help
that
her
game.
out.
We're not playing that game, right? Men
But
have
that almost
always
sounded a
men.
little.
Well, you know what? Maybe I missed a piece because you froze for like maybe 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Did I miss a piece there?
Yes. So I
No.
said it's the thought process,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
the
if I
last thing
sat
heard
here,
was just a thought process, and
Okay.
then Sensei was
So
like,
it-
"Yeah."
So if I sit here, right, and I'm like, hey, I see the dishes, and I'm like, you know what? I really love my wife. She does a lot, to help and all this. I really want to help her out. Okay. I believe that's the right mindset. That's not being emasculated. That's sitting here saying, I love my family unit and I want to
How are you
assist.
helping her out, and it's your house too?
Okay. Stay at home mom.
Okay.
Seriously, so part of our agreement was she maintains the house.
Did she sign a
Okay.
contract?
Oh my
Hey,
god!
listen, part of
It is
our agreement.
It is a verbal agreement between two consenting adults. Does a
Hey,
contract need
your
to be
ass
signed?
wash. Hey, hold on. Your ass wash dishes for
Exactly. I do it for my own mental release.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what saying?
saying.
So that's
Yeah.
a different story.
He
But go
does
ahead.
it for
But go
does it
ahead.
for himself.
Right. I do because I want.
But you don't want to see no dishes in the sink when you get home.
No, I don't care.
Oh, well, okay.
I,
I thought
I,
we was going
I'm
down
not
that
sitting
road.
here
I was
saying
about to
no.
say.
No. I really don't. I'm not like that. I'm not like that at
You
all.
talking?
But what
You
I'm
talking about dishes? Come on. What was you
well,
saying?
it's because it was the first thing I could think of. All right, come on,
Okay.
right? But like I walk in and I potentially have more energy than I normally would. I sit here and I like, oh wow, she's vacuumed, she's done all this. Let me help her out,
Right.
and do the dishes. Okay.
But this is my thing. How are you helping her out? It's your house. Let me just do these.
He doesn't get it.
Well, see, they don't get it. He don't get it. Huh? This is the he don't get
He
it.
just don't get it.
Right. No, I get what. So I want to say that if their
That's
agreement,
where I'm missing it.
Yeah, if their agreement is that he goes and works and he takes care of that part, he's the hunter, right? In this society or whatever, she would be the gatherer, right? And
The homemaker.
yeah, the homemaker. You know what I'm saying? But like, so like he would go out and do that. She would part of her what she's gonna do is
so
that.
right here, you got to be a man and be like, yeah, I don't want to see no goddamn dishes in,
No,
in the
no.
motherfucking sink
No,
when I
no.
get home. That's what you got to say. If that's your agreement.
No,
But see, but he's
No.
So I'm saying,
but
how
that-
are you helping her out then? If that's how you feel.
no,
because it's still part of like the duties that she has because that's how she contributes
the
to the
baby all day?
relationship.
yeah, but that's that's encompassing,
that's-
Sensei. I think you're. I think. But
just
if
trying
that's
to
the
figure it out.
agreement between the two, right?
Yeah.
What is the agreement? The dishes?
No, the
She
homemaker
takes care of the
versus
house
the
and the-
person that goes out and brings the money into the house.
Okay, so
Right.
if you are the hunter, as you say, whatever,
Right,
you
right.
are
You go out there and bring the
the
bread home.
minority.
So okay, hold on. Listen,
Go ahead.
I'm gone. I leave the house at 5 a.m. Okay. I come home hopefully by 4:30. Sometimes
Yeah.
I don't come home until 4 a.m. the next morning, right?
Okay.
I come home, I get showered, right? Because filthy job here. After that, it's my time to be with my child. That's my turn to be dad because I only have 2 to 3 hours before she goes to bed, and then I'm not here again for the rest of the time.
This is not all the time. This is sometimes.
This is
16
the majority
hours?
of the time. I didn't get home last night until 6 p.m. No, 6:30.
Okay, and you went to bed. You went to work at what time?
I left at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. You left at 5. They sleep.
Mhm.
Baby go to school. She chilling. You
No,
get home.
What school?
Oh, so she's at home with the baby all day.
She's 3. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay.
That's what I was trying
Yeah.
to get at. She got a whole job herself.
I did not say that she didn't.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Keep
I'm
going.
not saying that she doesn't have a job. What I'm saying is that is her job.
Right.
Okay. That's part of the house.
Yeah.
Okay. What we agreed on was she takes care of the house and she takes care of the baby, and I go make the money so she can do that.
Right.
Yeah, making the money is easy.
You know what he does for a living, right? I mean, I gotta give him some props for that because I wouldn't want
I
to.
mean, I know what he does for a living,
Okay.
but at the same time, she has a job too.
Yeah, and he's not denying that in this.
No,
And
not at
taking
all.
care of the house is pretty fucking difficult in itself.
Right. I get that.
You know?
But that's what she signed up for. No. You want to sit here and say that we had to sit here and we had to look at the financial costs between, going and making $130,000 between the two of us down to making $50,000 or $60,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And realizing, hey, and all of this because she was getting depressed about someone else watching the kid. Okay. It was her depression that led for
I don't
this.
want nobody
But
watching my baby at
so
3 years old either.
So what did we do? We found a way to make it happen. Okay.
Mhm.
That is, I take as much overtime as I can get. Right. And I work my tail off.
Mhm.
Right. So when I come home, what do? I shower and then I take the baby. Okay. Then she gets dinner ready and then she feeds everybody and then she does the dishes while I'm still taking care of the baby. So when I get home, it's not like she's doing both things at the same time still. Right? Both of us only get time to relax after the baby goes to bed.
You dog tired.
Yeah. It's already hitting 92 degrees every day.
Yeah. Isn't it lovely?
Okay. Okay. So we've established what's going on here, but okay, but what was the original point that you were
What was
trying
the
to
point?
make? Yeah, what was
Yeah,
the
I'm
original
sorry.
point? Because you guys were
I'm on
going
your
back
ass.
and forth about establishing what this agreement is, and
Can
going
I
back and
intervene?
forth. But now you were trying to get to a point about, and that's all I was trying to follow. Where is this point going? I wanted to get you there.
So again, it all comes down to the thought process. Right? I'm doing this because I love my family, because I want to assist, because whatever this is, okay?
Yeah,
I
thank
chose
you.
dishes in this
You
scenario.
worded it so it was like I'm helping her. Motherfucker, it's your house too. But anyway,
If it's she needed to file something, then I'll help her with that.
I digress.
Right? Yeah,
Okay.
you digress.
So whatever the helping her thing is, it's the thought process behind it. Is it doing it because you want to do it because you love her and you want to help her, or is it doing it because you feel
Obligated,
But
manipulated
I said
to do it. I mean, what is you're being?
the first time around I said it, Sensei already came back to me and goes, "Oh, careful." So I don't want to say it that way again. But yes, obligated, manipulated, into thinking that this I have to do this because she shouldn't ever have to do this, or because yada 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 yada.
Right.
Right.
Okay. I mean, my thing is with that. If there's an agreement, like okay, you're gonna do this part, I'm gonna do this part, and that's how you two, as individuals, as grown consenting adults to whatever that is, if you agree to it and you communicate that this is what you do, this is what I'm gonna do, right? Now, if and if that's what the agreement is, and there is no expectation, right? Because I think that's another word. It's like, well, I said I'm gonna deal with the house. You said you're gonna do this. What encompasses all this, right? Does that mean I'm doing everything, right? Does that mean I'm doing this or whatever? And you have that conversation about where the lines draw, and that's individually. Because I think this whole birthing persons and stuff like that, I think it's more concentrated and then shot out to the people that I feel would be more conflicted with it than it being an openly worldly thing, right? And
So
what I mean by
what
like
I'm
this,
getting more on was though the radical feminism that is getting pushed out, right?
Right.
That's
and I feel like that message, because I guess in my circle I don't see that. Like I don't, and maybe I'm not looking for it. Maybe it's not being presented into me like that. But I think that's small individual discussions that you guys have, and whatever.
you.
Go ahead.
You want to hear a TikTok? You want to hear a TikTok that I just saw last night?
Here we go.
Yeah, you can
this
show
girl,
it, but I mean, if you're looking for it,
this woman. No, I wasn't. It was just on my FYP.
right? Well, that's what I'm saying. On TikTok, those
Right.
are algorithms. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't know how I came
And
up
I'm
on
not
this
a
algorithm
TikToker.
because
I don't- But go ahead.
it sat here and all of a sudden she rolls up. She
Here we
goes,
go.
if you are a stay-at-home mom, you deserve a salary from your husband, a paid salary.
I don't know about that. To me, that's
Okay,
radical.
and she went in. She went in. She was like, "Well, you have a maid, you have a cook, you have a project manager, you have a babysitter, you have all of this wrapped up into one person. So
That's your
statistically, it's
kid.
one
Ain't
hundred
no
and seventy-five
babysitter.
$175,000 a year. So they deserve a yeah.
Ain't no babysitter when it's your kid. That's your baby.
Right.
You better take care of your motherfucking kid.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't
See.
no babysitter.
Yeah. See. So I've seen versions of that before, and it's like, well, this is what they're worth, right? Like even the one that I saw, they're like worth, over 100 grand, right, a year, right?
Mhm.
And okay, I get that because there's a lot, and to me, when I look at those, it wasn't that. That to me sounds radical, right?
Mhm.
But to
Yeah,
me,
I agree.
yeah, I get the worth. Like a lot of times,
Oh yeah, I get the worth too.
right, yeah, but
I mean,
okay, let's
but
acknowledge
it's
the
her
worth.
baby.
Right, let's acknowledge the worth. But again, we could do it like this, or we both could work. We,
Yeah,
so
like
so
my household.
right,
Yeah.
right. We both could work, and so. But if we come to this agreement that this is what this is, and yes, I am not obligated to do dishes, take out the trash. You know what I'm saying? Do all the
Yeah.
extra thing, vacuum, mop. I'm not obligated. My wife doesn't tell me, "Hey, this is what you need to do," but I do it because my
Oh.
mindset is that, you know, yeah, I'm at home. Yeah, I go to work, but I don't like dishes in the dish in a so she's out here doing other things, gardening in the back, cooking. I'm gonna do the dishes, but that's me. That's not. I'm not being manipulated or feeling obligated to do that. That's just me as a person. She would do the dishes if I didn't do the dishes. She would take out the trash if I didn't do that. But I've gotten
And
to
not get mad at you.
no, absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. I mean,
Yeah.
but it's just there's certain things, and I get where Sensei's talking about. It's my house too. I don't want to see the trash can overflowing.
Nope.
But I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna feel like I'm obligated. Oh, this is part of my chores. No, part of my chores is to take every hour I can get, so that I go to sleep. Like this past week, I worked 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 1 to 9, 5 to 9, 5 to 1. You know what I'm saying? I plan on working, 1 to 9. You know what I'm saying? So that's my job. That's what I go do. And but I get what you both are saying in this. And as far as like something like TikTok, oh, they deserve this. I get that. But again, just like what Sensei said, that's your baby. And if you signed up to do that, and you signed up to be the homemaker, domestic engineer, project manager, all these other things, then that's what, and whoever put that's the agreement. That's that agreement that you have with your wife, no matter how you want to put it. So I don't think, yeah. To me, stuff like that is radical. Oh, you deserve this. Well, why don't you go get a job and I'll do half of that. Let's
Right.
come to that agreement. Why don't you go get the
Yeah.
job? You bring in 60.
Get the
I'll bring
job,
in
baby.
60.
Go get the job.
Right, and then and then rightfully so,
You know what I'd say?
Go ahead.
You go get the job. You can only pay me 90,000. If I'm gonna have to pay you 175, you pay me 90,000. We'll call it good. Okay.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, like
Go
I
get the
said,
job, and we
that's where I
split
think.
these things right down the middle, man. The
Right.
kids got school. How much is it? Yep. I pay this half. How much is the mortgage? Yep. I pay this half. How much is I pay
But
this?
guess what?
Oh, yep.
We're providers. That's kind of what I wanted
I'm
to get all the way
providing.
down to. That's no. That's what I was like. Kind of our generation that I think is going to be different than the next societal generation of men is
I think
we're
that's what you was getting
providers,
at.
right? We're here to take care of our family. That's our mindset. We're there, raw, right? And we take on whatever we have to because that's ours. That's mine. You know what I mean? Whatever's mine.
And here, I'm gonna rebuke that.
Yeah,
And not in a bad way, but in the fact that the same thing, like I feel like that thing is radical, that TikTok where, oh yeah, you need to get a $95,000 salary from your husband, right?
I mean, if I'm making 500,000, you can have 90.
Right.
Shit.
But the idea also is what we do in other people's eyes is radical as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like not everybody wants to be a dad like we want to be dads. Not
You
everybody
talking
there's
about y'all going to work and the wife staying at home?
or just being dads, being involved in
Oh
their
yeah,
kids'
I got you.
lives.
Kids live, yeah.
Yeah, you know
As
what I'm
much
saying?
as we are,
Yes.
yeah.
No, serious. And the
No, I
reason
feel
why
you.
the reason why
I
I
saw
say
a
that
shirt.
what shirt?
Huh?
I saw a shirt that says, oh God, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
You about to steal my thunder.
Just
Oh, go
just
ahead.
a
Yeah,
dad,
over a shirt.
just a
Keep
dad
going.
who always came back with the milk.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fucked up. But
We're
no,
all
you're right,
dads.
Sean.
We're all dads that keep coming back with the milk.
Right.
Milk and some more shit. I come
You're
with
right.
fried rice, milk,
Right.
Potato chips.
And there's like I
lights.
said, man, there's people that think what we do, our view is radical. So
Mhm.
I'm not gonna, so that's why I don't like things like that miss me with, oh, you need to pay your wife this much. Well, we again, we'll just if that is the case, and we could just split this down the middle, or we could make a different arrangement. If that's because I don't want to live in that mentality. I want you to do, especially taking care of my family. I take care of my family because I want to, not because I feel an obligation to, but I
Mhm.
really want to. And I'd want my partner, my wife, I feel she wants to take care of the house, not because she has to, because that's what she wants to do. And that shows in
Oh,
all the things that she does, the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, making sure the kids are clean, providing a safe space for them because she wants that, not because she feels obligated to do that. And it's a different dynamic. And so
I
I
mean, but
could,
it is her obligation though to be able to do those things
Once she
for
accepts
the
it,
children.
yes.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yes. Again, there are women out there that will have kids and not deal with them. And
Just like it's our obligation to make sure, our wives are, good. Our kids are good. You
right.
know what I mean?
Uh,
The house is good. It ain't
but some
falling
people think
apart,
that's radical.
'Cause
Some
but my
people want to
wife ain't
be
gonna go. My wife ain't gonna go out there and put up the trim on the house because it's dry rotted. You know what I mean?
but
Mine will.
Oh
but
shit, you
but
got a good one.
but
You got a cute
the
one.
the idea is the fact that if this is not the relationship you want to be in, there's always other ones. And
Mhm.
like I said, the relationship that we have as dads and wanting to be our kids' lives, a lot of people, there's a lot of men out there that ain't like us. There's a lot of men that don't want one woman. There's a lot of men out here being players for life. Planting their seed and got 40 kids with
Yeah,
11 different ladies. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, but some people they think we are radical because we want to be the stay-at-home dad, or because we want to be with our family or provide things that our family to make sure that our kids are better. And a lot of people think we're radical because of that shit. And that to me, that's
Honestly,
that's America, baby. You know what I'm saying? God
yeah,
bless
honestly,
America.
I
You know?
would think that is like the is to be at home, family, married, 2.5 kids, type shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that would be like the most American thing to be.
And
You know?
you know what? In our probably, but sometimes people they want the American dream where they got 10 Lambos and 3 mansions. And
Nigga,
honestly,
you rich.
but honestly though,
What do
man,
they call them? They call them dinks, right?
I
What's a
No,
dink?
seriously, the
I've never
dink.
heard of that
Dual
word.
income, no kids.
Oh, I've never heard of
Oh,
that before.
oh,
Yeah.
never.
Hey, but you know what? But that could be somebody's American dream, and that's fine, in my opinion. Hey, if you especially don't have kids if you know that's not for you. If you know you selfish, right? You
If you know,
can't
you
have
know.
kids and know you're selfish. Like, don't have kids then, because once you
Yeah.
have kids, it's no longer about you.
It's over, baby.
It's over, baby. It's
They in
over.
your pockets.
Right.
Daddy, I need this.
Right.
Daddy, I need that.
Right.
I'll be like,
Okay.
damn.
Let's bring it back in. Let's bring it back in.
Yeah, let's bring it
Okay.
back
Let's
in.
bring it back in.
Really,
Okay.
really back in.
We got a
Bring it
couple
back to the
things
dad's
here.
life like that.
Let me throw these out there, and then just kind of see where this goes. So we got balancing ambition, content creation, and fatherhood.
Yeah,
Things you
yeah.
wish you had talked about more. Were there some topics you felt that we should have talked about more?
The
Your
last
kids.
one.
Oh, have your kids watched any of your shows? No.
I
Okay, that's
haven't
fine.
like I
Mine's
put
too
it on the
young.
TV,
Yeah.
but and they'd be like, oh, they don't understand it. They just be like, oh, there goes
Right.
Daddy.
Right.
Are you doing your podcast tonight? Yep.
Okay. The one that kind of hits me was this last one that's down here. If your kids listen to this 10 years from now, what would you want them to hear? There's also that one that's on there.
That one.
So if you guys want to
Because
attack any of those, you guys got any initial thoughts about any of those little topics right there?
Repeat
let's go
that.
down the list.
Okay, so
Balancing ambition. Oh,
so yeah, balancing ambition, content creation, and fatherhood. Anybody got? I
What
could
balance?
Well, fortunately for me,
I'm living it.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
let's
Go ahead,
let's
Chris.
Oh
see
yeah,
what
hold on,
Kinley.
yeah. Shh, 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 shh.
he's got something to say.
Right.
If we talk too loud, we'll miss him.
Right. Go ahead, Cranley.
There it went. Oh no, I'm just kidding. For me, I've been lucky
No.
because we do this after my kids go to bed. So for me, time's not an issue. I mean, but like the ambition's been there. Hold on, I'm rereading it now. Ambition, content creation, fatherhood. I mean, so the balance for me has just been easier because obviously it's later for me. We start at like 9:30 my time. My kids are in bed. I don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
I mean, ambition and content creation. I mean, this is it really. Well, I got some other things working, but
Yeah, we saw you.
You're still
playing
trying
the
to
bass on
animate.
Twitch.
What's you got? Like
there's that
karaoke
too.
Yeah.
type shit?
Yeah, he was doing his
Kind of up the
bass,
mic not thing. Yeah.
his bass on Twitch.
Was he playing a ukulele
Well,
or something? I don't know.
But no, I wish I could play a ukulele. That'd be pretty cool. But nah, play the bass
Okay.
instead of Twitch.
What we
So,
can,
I
what's
think I
your
like that
what's
better.
your YouTube channel, man? We shout it out.
Mr. Crinley.
It's Mr. Crinley on Twitch. We'll make sure that gets into the description below. You know what I'm saying? Give him the horn.
The same thing on
Mark him
YouTube.
down.
Tap Mr. Crinley.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it the balance is never there. Either I'm all in or I'm not. Because I have a lot going on. But I do want to continue to do this. Like it's
Like, if we don't schedule you like a month out, you're already booked up.
He is.
But no, like I said, I want to continue to do this because this is my out. This is how I get to decompress and still express myself and create content. And then fatherhood. I mean, the only reason why I work as much as I do is so that we just talked about having a safe place for my kids, and have my wife stay at home and me working extra hours, and the agreement that we have with each other. It's the best for my family, and so
See how
I
you
tell you
said
right
it.
now, I wouldn't work if they didn't pay me. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest things is I would love to be a stay at home dad. I would love if we hit the lotto. That'd be the first thing I do. You know what I'm saying? Make sure. My biggest thing is right now where I work. The benefits, I can't find those benefits anywhere. And I talked to my brother, and we're talking about all these different things. Like I have a sleep apnea machine. I got I get those the little sensors for my diabetes. Like all this stuff. With the inhalers for the kids, glasses. Yes, I get paid a good money, but those benefits, I can't. I'm talking to my brother.
And
He's
replace
like,
them.
yeah, I pay this much money, and then how much do you pay? I pay this much. I pay. I mean, if my daughter fell off the monkey bars, call the advice nurse. Oh, they got to come in X-ray, blah blah blah. Okay, how much is that? Okay, it's not hundreds and hundreds of dollars. My son smashed his hand in the door to where his whole nail blood was under it, right? And it was like, call the advice nurse, take him to the hospital if he needed. Like it pays great, but man, those benefits, I can't beat those.
Right.
But I do what I do to make them better because I want to, and so this allows me to continue to chase my dream and still be able to provide for them the way I want to provide for them. And that's the reason why I'm so grateful for you guys continuing this with me and helping me this continue, because this is what I get to do and get my fulfillment out of outside of, you know, my family. Because I get fulfillment, satisfaction being who I am with them, but like to be here and create this content and to, you know, help folks, and to share my experiences and potentially have my kids take a look at this and leave some type of video legacy for them. That's why I do it. And it's no balance in this. Honestly, it is sacrifice. Like I should be in bed right now, but yeah, no, I'm here. So, and that's my take on balance. What balance? I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah.
My flashlight got
My turn.
Yeah, please, please.
Nah. I'm a living proof of balance and ambition. Trying to start my own thing, you know, and listening to what, you know, well, knowing what I got going on in my household, you know, uh, doing a show on Saturday and then doing, you know, our pre-recorded shows on Sundays, like it puts a strain on when I can spend time with my kids because I don't have the weekends off. You know what I mean? So I'm at work. I'm, you know, uh, coming in a, you know, a couple hours with them and get on here. Then I come in on a Sunday, do our pre-recording. I spend I don't even get a chance to be with them because I'm coming, boom, we straight into it. So just knowing, and I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad I was able to do the 40 episodes. And, you know, like you said, y'all had people that skipped out on y'all. And I feel like, you know, it all happens for a reason and it all comes together in the right time. Sean has been pushing me to be able to, from the beginning. I remember it probably like three months into us doing this. He was like, "Hey, bro, you got something you want to? We'll be upstairs, you know."
Right.
Yeah,
What you working on?
yeah, Sean know what I mean. You know
Right.
what you
What you
got?
working on?
You got anything you want to work on?
Right.
And I used to be like, "Nah, I ain't got nothing, man. I'm just happy doing the Dad's Life podcast, you know, which was great. Which is still great." And then 6 months in, he check in with me. He always tapping in with me, making sure, you know, hey man, hey bro, I need you to go out here and spread your wings, you know, because he was always letting me know how good, you know, like not trying to toot my own, how good I am, you know, my personality, and you need to start thinking about doing something. And so when like I said, everything happens for a reason. When I took this vacation last year with Chef, um, and we came up with the whole idea of They Don't Get It TV, and then us putting it into a whole little different, you know, putting it to a spin, and then us continuously like learning each other on the They Don't Get It TV is it's been like one of those things where I'm trying to balance, you know, being at home but also putting time into a creation of mine, of ours, and just trying to make sure that I hit it. You know what I mean? Um, and that's my whole thing. Like I'm having fun, but I'm also trying to create stuff that reaches people, that can, you know, give people of our stature who are just regular, normal ass motherfuckers that's out here, you know, just doing this creation shit to be able to touch, you know, certain people and certain dads or, you know, the niche that we are looking for to touch.
Right.
So, and then putting my dad touch on it with my kids. So I feel like me stepping out of here and into the new journey is all part of what the balancing act is. You know, knowing when it's my time to bow out, you know, and say, hey, I can only do one and I want to focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know I'm always welcome back if it ever fails,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I don't know. You're gonna have to apply.
you know,
You know?
it's
Oh, it's a little strenuous around here now. We got a whole application process now.
well, you know, it's funny that you say that because like Will Smith, because I'm a big Will Smith fan, and I know you had talked about his latest album that he dropped on one of your episodes,
Yeah.
but he had said like in one of his rap songs, he was like, I had to make a choice between rapping or being an actor, and how can I pass up 20 mil a movie? See, I couldn't either. I was going to do both and suck at both, or focus on one and get good at one. In one of his,
Yeah.
in one of his rap songs, and to me that hit. And to me, that's like what's going on with you. You know, it's like okay, I got two things. I could either choose to do this or I could choose to do this as well. But if I don't, if I don't focus on one, they both gonna suffer. And I think that's what the lyric was. If I didn't pick one, they were both gonna suffer. And so, no, I mean,
So then he went and slapped Chris Rock and decided he'd go be a rap star.
right. Everybody has their own path. I'm not saying that's the path I would have went down, but I'm still a Will Smith fan when it comes to entertainment. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so
yeah, but yeah, kind of just touching back on what you said, and I think we all
man.
seen it, the growth, and I think we're happy about that. We're happy about the growth, and again, I'm super excited to see where you go with the show. So,
I am too. I mean, now I'm going to be the only long-winded person here. So
Ooh, man, I remember those, man.
Oh,
Hey,
my God.
when we had them shows, you'd be like, damn, Sensei, you took over. We used to text each other, you took over the show. You'd be like, damn, did I? Damn. Yeah.
Right,
Hey,
right.
that's growth because now I definitely don't do that. You know? And I don't do that here anymore.
Right.
But in my new show, I had to like remember, like, all right, I do have a counterpart, and I gotta find ways to engage him in order for me to be able to hear what he has to say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I'm learning,
you got to ask
when
the
it's
right
just-
questions.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And I got to transition into the right things to be able to ask those right questions. I'm learning that. That's what I'm really like learning in doing.
You're learning how to be a host.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's pure,
Yeah, that's-
very, very simply, you're learning how to be a host.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else? Nior, did we talk to you about the whole since they've been talking so long, I forgot if you said anything.
It's okay.
got a
We got
2-hour
time to
show,
make up.
so
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we got 2 hours.
Okay,
Shit, in
okay.
after show. So shit.
Shoot, I mean, we almost halfway done. Let's see here.
More
Okay.
than halfway. Shit, it's almost 8:00.
Right. Let's see here. Things.
Hey,
that-
whoa.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
No.
No.
Oh, please.
No. We
You
gotta
went
get
off
what
on
you
him
gotta
being
say.
long-winded.
I forgot if you did or not. Okay, please continue, please.
Yeah, you're gonna take about 30
Oh.
minutes.
So I'm gonna sit here and say what is balance, right?
Right.
But I think my balance is a little bit different. Work has got me just nonstop, and when I'm not at work, I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
I also recently, had a doctor's appointment with the spine clinic, and there's a good chance that I'm going to be getting a handicap placard within the next year or so.
Oh, geez.
Damn.
And that's
You're the
that's not
youngest
really
out of all of
joking.
us, aren't you?
Yeah, and that's not really even joking either, unfortunately. So when I say I'm exhausted.
Right.
So right now it's kind of just like I said, come home, I shower, I get to be a dad, right? I said I get to be a dad, not I have to be a dad. I get to be a dad.
Mm-hmm. Mindset.
Okay. And then it's time to put her eat dinner, and then put her to bed, and then I pass out. Wake back up again at 3:30 the next morning, and do it all again, right? So as far as content creation, this is what I've got. This is all I've got. I think out of all of us here, I know more so what it means to sacrifice content creation for your family. right? I We're gonna plug it again. We started at the beginning. Every now and again, we sprinkle it in. I founded Shadow Pack Gaming.
Oh, show us something new. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Founded Shadow Pack Gaming in 2020. Right there. And at one time, this was everybody that we had on the team, on the roster. Where is it?
Let's see here. What do I got?
Sean Flack.
Yeah. They
Come
signed
on.
that, huh?
Mr. Crinley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's spelled out.
That's when you were still Mr. Crinley.
Right.
I got
You still are, aren't you?
content creator of the month that month, November 2021.
Yep.
Still got my plaque.
So, I mean,
Everybody
I
got
built this really amazing thing that I honestly thought was going to go forever. Like, I thought it had the capability to do it all. And Sean literally sat here and told me as I was starting to bite off more and more and more, he's like, "Bud, you got a kid coming. You're not going to be able to do this." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am. I've got this. We'll be perfectly fine." Da 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 da. Right? And what? It was October
September.
of that year.
When was Baby Freya born?
November. So it was the following October.
October. I want to say it was August.
I think it was September.
Well,
I'm
'cause
almost certain it was
Oh,
on my
but it was
birthday.
of the next year. But it was of the next year.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So I want to say August. We shut down
22.
in August, and then that's when I approached you about taking the moniker basically and going with a Shadow Pack West, and we opened up in September.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I shut it down.
Yeah.
The dad life comes first, family. I mean, I didn't work any differently back then, right? I still did the same job. It's just the sleeping instead of content creation, started winning out.
A little bit more important, huh?
Oof, boy. And now she's not going to bed at the same time. She's like staying up to like 8 o'clock now before we start to go put her to bed.
Right.
Ugh. No, go back to 7. That way I can get in bed by 8.
Right.
But it's worth it. So what the reason why I say that is because if we've got any dads who are listening who are content creators currently, right, and you're about to have a kid, or you're within that first couple months, or there's still a pet rock, and you can kind of do whatever the hell you want, just know that's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it wasn't. I thought I was Superman and that we were going to do it all, but I was wrong. So mitigate your expectations now, right? And if you can, create a contingency plan. I mean, I would hate for anybody to have to shut down completely like I did, because that killed me. I didn't like it at all. And the Dad's Life podcast came out. I looked at Shauna. I'm like, hey, I've seen you do 2 episodes. I want in. And here we are now, right? 4 seasons later.
Hey.
Yep.
4 seasons later.
And you know what?
And
this is one of those things I got to cut you off because I have to add this in there. Is that the contingency to approaching him about taking the moniker and kind of going forward with the Shadow Pack West is that he was going to be included in whatever capacity, because I didn't want to do this without him part of it in some way, shape, or form. And so, for me, when we started Shadow Pack Gaming, and we were doing it together, I had to step away for a little bit, but then he kept the door open for me to come back and participate any way I could. If I was to continue to do that, and he took a chance on me, and he took a chance on my ideas, and we made it grow the way it did. Did you think I was just gonna leave him behind without having a way in? And that's just my love for you, Njord, is that you took a chance. you didn't know me. We didn't know each other like that, but let me voice my ideas and let me explore things that I wanted to do. And we did a lot on that side of things that let me play with blogs and pre-recorded material and stream. And so it helped me find and build who I am by being able to work with you. And then when I wanted to, well, no, let's continue. Let's just change the formatting and let's kind of do this or whatever. And if you want to be in, you could be in no matter what. Because I wasn't.
So
gonna
I think one of the
continue to do
coolest
this without
things, I think one of the coolest things that we created, actually, seriously, that we created over at Shadowpack Gaming, was the new member interviews.
you.
I actually still have some of them on my computer, but literally it was Sean's idea. This was the pre-recorded content, but he would sit here and he had a conversation. And he had these entire lists of questions that we would actually ask the new people who joined our team. That way, and we would post it to YouTube, right? So everyone could come through and they could get to know that streamer, right, on a personal level.
Right.
And it's so essentially that was just like the start of kind of coming over here.
Yeah.
And I loved those and just
That's a
how
good
everything
idea.
was made. Yeah, it was really awesome.
Yeah. Because the way they used to do it, we'd use the Discord. They'd come in. You got to type a little.
Bro.
No, you had a lot of great ideas. You were definitely my right hand man, and actually you were honestly probably the one leading a lot of times, just because of your calm, collected head.
Well, there were some people that you had to deal with that I was not dealing with. So yeah, yeah. We won't go into that. We won't bring old shit back up. But yeah. So yeah, no, it's been one hell of a ride. It has been, and there has been a lot of sacrifice and change, and again, evolving into something else. So yeah, I'm in for it.
100%.
All right.
Okay, now
What's the
we
next
ready?
topic?
Yeah, we ready for the next one? Okay. Things you wish you had talked more about or about more.
I know.
Is there
Come on,
something?
Curly.
Everything.
What do you say?
He
I
said
said
everything.
I mean, so it's not. It's never been that I was uncomfortable talking about anything. That's never been an issue for me. It's just, I don't know. I'm normally not a very talkative person in general. I'm a listener. Like when
Shocked.
people have
Right,
problems,
that part.
right? When people have problems, I listen to it, and I don't say much. I just let them vent. I mean, that's always how I've been.
A listener.
And I'm trying to
You need
break
to put
that
your,
ice.
your name needs to be changed to the listener. You know how they
Yeah.
had on what was that movie? Was it Kill Bill? Where the guy came in, the wolf came in
I
and
never
cleaned
saw
up
that one.
everything or
I haven't seen that in a long time.
oh, okay. Yeah. You're
Anyway,
the listener.
please continue.
But I mean, but yeah. So like it's. That was never an issue for me. Stuck into listening to you guys talk, and then it's like my mind just goes blank. So when it's time for me, it's like, oh shit, I got something. I gotta say something.
You guys already all
And
said it.
then- yeah, pretty much. Pretty
You
much.
said everything I
Man.
said. Everything I was thinking.
Okay,
So,
I know
yeah,
a
so
new
little bit of what you said,
format
a
for
little bit of what
season
you
8.
said.
Make
I
Crenley
can't
Oh,
wait
no.
to watch this.
First.
Right. Make Crenley talk first.
Well, Sean has been doing that.
Yeah, trying to, but yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
there's that. For me, it's literally everything. Like there are times that after the conversation's over, I'm like, shit, I wanted to say this, this, and this, and it's already over. So it's like,
So what's a topic though that off top of your head? What's a topic that you would want to dive back into?
well, men's mental health probably would definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's number one.
I would say burnout, but not really for me because I love my
That's-
job and I don't really burn out on it. I don't get
But
overtime.
burnout encompasses more than just work.
Mm.
Well, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right.
I don't know. That's something I'll have to think about.
Okay.
take some notes on.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess that's it.
Okay.
Sensei, you're leaving the show.
What would I would have? Yeah, I'm sitting here looking like, damn. You know,
I know we ran the shows. We filled up all the times. I think we left everything out on the mat.
maybe, maybe I would have wanted to talk about more about. I know we're dads, but maybe you want to talk about more husband talk. You know, husband and being dads. You know what I mean? At the same time. Because I feel like people don't understand that, with being a dad and a husband, it's a little double-edged swordy, when it comes to fulfilling all the needs of your wife, and your kids, and then y'all being on the same page, you and your wife, you know what I'm saying? Uh, it's I feel like we're missing that portion in our topics, you know. Uh, I know this is a Dad's Life podcast, and it's not the Husband Life podcast, but
It's part of our role.
It's part of who we are, and I feel like we never touched on. We touched on it individually in certain aspects of the podcast, but the roles of a husband, to our wives, and uh, part of being a dad, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's just one of the things I was thinking about earlier this week. Like, I love being a husband. I love being a dad. Those two roles go together in my household. It may not go. It may not be. Okay. I have been a dad without being a husband too, and being just a dad, and it's different. You know, is there's a different feeling that I feel with my kids now than I felt with my child earlier.
Absolutely.
And being, yeah. So I feel like that portion could be touched on a little bit more. You know, it was touched on when we talked about our sons, but I feel like everybody doesn't have that situation that me and Sean lived, so it wasn't prominent in our in what we talked about.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Did that make any sense?
It did. It did.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just want to make sure. Okay.
Yord?
Come on, only dads,
Wakey
only
dad.
fans, only
Wakey,
dads.
He's not
wakey,
pros.
wakey.
The problem was I was already armed with men's mental health. Okay, and it got to
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Well, you brought it
I
up
think
earlier,
everybody
so
was.
that's what
I
brought
think
it back to my
everybody was.
mind.
Good job, Crinley. Give him the claps.
Right. Oh, give him the horn.
Well, don't give me the clap. No. Oh.
Yeah, don't give him the clap.
Not the clap. Not the clap. We don't want to
I
give
mean,
you
it's
the clap.
treatable, but I don't want nothing to do
Yeah,
with
we
it.
don't want that.
Right.
You're
right.
married.
Right. I don't need to explain that.
Well, okay. Let me.
I got it from the guys, honey. I swear.
Let me.
From the pod.
Right, oh God, that'd be one thing to have to explain. One of the things I thought, and maybe again, we'll have a chance to talk about it more. I kind of wanted to talk more about your guys' dads. Our dads.
Your guys' dads?
Our dads. Part of one of the
Yeah,
very
that's a
first
good one.
episodes that we talked about was we shared a story about our dads. I know
Yeah.
me and Sensei did. I want to say one of the very first episodes, maybe episode 1 or 2, we talked about it. And I would, being a dad as I get older, there's more things that hit me that my dad tried to teach me prior. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have listened to this sooner instead of waiting until my 40s to appreciate the advice that was given to me back then. And so I would like for us to talk more about our fathers and advice that they gave us, and as we get older, how does that change or mold how we are as fathers. The main thing that I talked about in that particular episode is my dad. When I told him that I was having a kid, he said, "Well, your only obligation in this world at this point is to take care of that kid." And I want to say that advice in itself shaped the rest of my life. The last 20 years of my life, him saying that. And then as I ran into some of the same issues that I'm pretty sure me and my siblings gave to my dad, and advice and things that I wish I would have listened to. Now I understand why it was, having a 20-year-old, why it was important to view a certain thing a certain way. So going forward, because we'll have a chance to, but I would like to more talk about lessons that our dads taught us that are potentially, or our father figures, because we did have an episode about father figures that weren't our fathers, but more of the people that shaped us into who we are. I would like to have talked more about those people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Love it. When y'all do that episode, maybe
I think we
come
already
back.
did. I think
Yeah.
we already did the next one.
What?
I think you touched up on that one. I think you did that. You touched upon it for sure.
I said mine's 3.
You're talking about
Right.
the advice for other dads thinking about creating content. That one.
Kids' reactions.
No, kids' reactions
Oh,
is the next one on the list.
I screwed.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
scrolled past
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah. We talked about that one, I think, right? Well, you asked us if our kids watched our contents.
Right.
Well, the thing is about their reactions, and we are only the ones kids that are old enough to have watched it and had a reaction. I honestly don't think my son listens to or watches any of this stuff. So, and if he has, he hasn't told me. So, yeah, I don't know what his reaction would be to some of these things, and maybe one day he will. But yeah, I got nothing for that one. And then you guys got young.
Have you talked about it with him at all?
He knows.
Just curious.
Because
Right.
he wanted to get into streaming. So, I'm like, dude, I got all the stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into it, you want to learn how to do it, I got it. I got old equipment that he could use,
If you want it, I got it.
And I've got a
Dripping like
how-to.
water.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
I know how to do this stuff. But yeah, so he knows I make the content. He knows that it gets posted up there. He knows about you guys. Maybe he's just not ready for that. Which I'm glad. That means he's not a dad.
Oh.
He doesn't need my advice about that just yet. So,
Hey, you know what? I ain't even think about my older child.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about him. I'm thinking about my little kids.
Yeah, no.
I'm tripping.
Yeah, you have we're the only ones that have kids that are old enough.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
know about this
I don't even
stuff.
think he watches this.
Didn't you just go to his graduation today
Yeah,
too?
yeah.
No, that was my youngest.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my oldest is in the military. He's actually up
Pre-K
here for a
graduation?
strongman competition
Actually,
that he's going to.
You had verbed it as promoted.
Promotion.
Yeah.
Promotion. That's why I thought it was your older son.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what they call, instead of a graduation, they call it a promotion.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, he's actually he's here in Sacramento for a strongman. He's a spectator at a strongman competition.
Okay.
He's into that. He wants to be ranked and all that good stuff.
Hey,
He came.
go him. Go him.
Yeah, that's what I said, because he was up here a couple weeks ago when we went to the gym and he had 315 on the bench. I was like, "You need some help?" He was like, "Nah, I'm good." I was like, "Wait, what?" I'm gonna just come over here just to make sure. He was like, "Just don't touch it." I was like, "All right."
Okay. Right.
You're like, I need to start pushing more.
I still
like,
cave
hey,
his
I'm-
chicken chest in. He come at me wrong.
Hey,
You know what I'm
eat that.
saying?
Hey,
Right. I still cave his chicken chest in ass. You know what I'm saying?
he had to get one of these, not one of these. He get a
Oh,
hill.
yeah. Right.
The people's elbow.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe one day he will, but like I said, I do it if they want to watch it, cool. But again, it's fulfillment for me. So
He's watched some of the earlier episodes and he was like, "Oh, it's cool." You know, he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I like y'all, cool little vibe."
Okay.
And I've showed him they don't get it. I don't think he's watched.
Yeah. He don't get it.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah, he don't get it yet.
He don't get it.
It's cool.
Yeah. So,
It was funny because I seen the dynamic of our on the back end. Our dynamic is 45 to 55
oh yeah.
Demographic.
demographic.
Oh,
Sorry, demographic.
Yeah, I mean, we're more for a mature audience anyway. I mean, not just
It's 40.
explicit,
yeah.
but you know.
And
Who?
yeah, it's 45 to 45.
I
I
think
ain't
you
even
just naming
45
Jimmy.
yet.
Well,
Who's-
men mature later, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not 45 yet either, so
Who's got that
Right.
demographic?
we do.
that's us. No, I'm sorry. That was on. They don't get it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They don't get it, really?
Yes, they don't get it. Got 45 to 55.
Oh, okay.
It's
Well,
'cause
that's
they
We
don't
didn't
get
have
it.
too many.
okay.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Right.
That's
I'm
on
the
me.
oldest
I don't
one in
know.
here.
I didn't look at the back end of ours. I don't know what ours looks
Okay,
like.
yeah. You know what? When
But
this is
I was
over,
clicking
I'll
stuff
take
and
a
I
look
was
at
I was looking at it and I was like, God damn, 45 to 55? I ain't even, I just made 40.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
We touching the old heads. Hey, them unks.
Right, unks.
Hey,
What up,
they're still
Unc?
within the unk.
Right. What up, Unc?
Unk.
Okay.
Hey, how old are you currently?
Currently like
What?
27.
How old am I?
Yeah.
I tell people I'm 24.
Let's
I've
see.
stuck with that since I was 24.
What'd you say, Sean?
So he about 27.
I'll
Oh.
take it.
Right. Yeah, but he's the baby in the group. Or wait, Njord's the baby in the group.
Yeah, Nord's the baby.
Oh,
Njord,
He's
you're
at
32?
34.
okay.
He's
You're not
26.
unk yet. You still YN. No. You still what is it? Did y'all see that?
No,
Mm-mm.
he's still the
Well,
cousin. That's my cuz right
Nah.
there.
There's a demographic of
Of men that are in their 35s or 34, 30
yeah.
to
So it's
35.
is 0 to 25 is the YNs. Oh, you big bro. You still big bro.
Big bro. That's
Big
big bro
bro.
right there. You know?
Yeah, you
So
big
so
bro.
in my paternal family, we've got SOMH, which is my grandfather. My dad is OMH, and I am YMH.
It's YMH.
So young man, and then my last name, right?
Okay.
OMH, old man,
Okay.
our last name,
Okay.
Okay.
and then SOMH is senior old man.
I
last
love
name.
it. I love it.
Ooh-wee.
But just to throw it out there, I'll be 38 this year.
Oh, 38. You unk. You unk with me.
I mean, okay,
What up, Unc?
so I'm gonna be 44 this year. What does that make
You-
me? OG?
He's decrepit.
Still unk.
He's still
Well,
frozen.
Still unk.
so I'm
He's
still
decrepit.
Unc?
You still unk.
Okay. He said
46
decrepit.
to 50.
Yeah.
I think it's 46 to 55 is OG.
Oh, okay. I'm almost there. I'm almost OG. Okay.
Yeah,
all
you
right.
almost OG. You almost OG, man. You know what I mean?
Okay,
You know what I mean?
you know
I'm
what
still
You know
unk.
what I'm saying? Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about.
Yeah, I stand it. Okay. All right. Let's talk about like I said, York talked about a little bit about dads thinking about creating content. Anybody any topics on that one?
Things you wish, what?
Do your research.
Dads that want to create content. Do your research. Okay.
Do your research. Figure out what it actually takes. Okay, that
Oh,
way
say
you
that
can
up
make
there.
Say that again,
who?
Sensei.
I don't see that up there. What are you talking about?
No, the next topic after your kids' reaction to the show or your content, advice to other.
Oh,
dads.
other dads thinking about creating content.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's
Thank
where
you.
we at. That's
Yeah.
where we at.
So I said, do your research, find out what it actually takes to do said content, and then make your decision on whether or not you're going to do it with eyes wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's how come I had to stop. Right, I didn't actually get it.
That's gonna be our catchphrase on the next season.
Didn't get it.
They don't.
No
get
diddy.
it.
They didn't get it.
They don't get it. Check out the show. Check out. They don't get it TV. Is that it? Is that all you got right there? Because I got something I want to
Yeah,
add to it.
yeah, because I think that's an important thing right there. So
Okay.
yeah,
One of the things I did want to add to it with your research, right? You did your research. You know how much it's going to take. Um, be realistic about your expectation. But if you really want to do it, do it. But just be realistic that if you ain't putting 10 hours a day, to, 6 days a week, don't expect to be a million. Don't be expect to be one of these guys. If
I
if you want to do, because that's where I'm at with it. I want to do it, but I know I'm not going to be a millionaire because I don't have the time to put into it. So my expectation is, you know, this is where I'm at. This is all where I'm going to be able to grow. Um, and my thing is help. What's helping me is you guys that do it. Because if you guys probably if didn't do it, I probably wouldn't do it. So it's
Yeah.
about appreciation for you guys, thanking you every episode, showing appreciation that because you guys do it is the reason why I continue to do it. And it's yeah, like I said, I wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't continue. They're like, we're gonna take a break, we're gonna whatever, and there was like no get back, then I probably wouldn't continue, or I would branch off and do something else because this takes a lot to do. So
Yeah, I'm gonna say touching on that, like unless you're doing like 3 episodes a day, or some news or some kind of content, you ain't touching no, real money and nothing, even I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be straight up, like my partner told me, man. Hey, we ain't that important in people's lives to understand. We just some regular motherfuckers that's trying to just get a little message out.
we're
Oh, there's that white
this
in
ain't
you.
after dark.
right. Well, I mean, this
Hey,
is gonna be the last episode, so if he gonna cuss, he should cuss now.
hey,
He's like, what do I care? I'm
just,
not coming back.
Right.
no. Even on my shit, like I'm just a regular dude, just a dad, a husband, a black man trying to, do some shit that other people that already did 1,000 times. I'm just trying to join into the little chain gang that's going on.
Yeah.
I ain't looking to like I do this for creation's sake, like his saying, creation for creation's sake.
Right.
I enjoy doing this, and I didn't realize how much I enjoyed it doing it till I did it. So my advice to you, just do it. Get out there and do something. Huh?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. Shia LaBeouf.
Something.
Do it. Do
See that
it.
Nike back there? Just do it. I mean, don't waste any time. If you got something, whether it be whatever it is, I don't know. Figure it out.
If you've
Come up
got your
with
own dad life advice that you want to give out,
advice, yes, that advice. You can
can't
start
have too
doing
much
that
of
shit
this.
and
Right.
go to your socials, promote it on your socials, your TikTok. I'm not too savvy with the TikTok shit. I do the best that I can. I sound like an old man. I sound like Unc now, especially talking about I ain't too savvy. That's what the old motherfuckers say. I ain't too savvy. Uh, so I just get out there and do something. Because and do, like they just said, do your research. I'm thankful to have Sean, in my corner, for now, for my they don't get it TV episodes, but I'm sure, in my spare time, and I'm sorry, I just want to finish my thought. In my spare time, that's what I need to be doing, and I know this. I need to be figuring out how I can do this shit myself because Sean is not always going to be here, to do this for me. And that's one. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, that's one thing I learned from the Dad's Life podcast too. Being on here, I need to do shit. Learn how to do some shit and get my shit together to where I can do my own shit and I can use him as a reference to understand what I need to do. Because that's my partner.
And it's part of the
We
growth.
work, yeah. And so I already got that in the back of my head. Even though I'm moving on and doing something myself, now becomes the real task of learning how to maneuver and be my own producer.
Yep.
Because I love him being my producer. I wish he could be my producer forever. But there's going to be a time where he's going to be like, man, I can't do it. And so what am I going to do?
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then even once I get it, I can be like, hey, I still want you to be my producer. And he may say, yeah, because I enjoy it.
Yeah, it is a good
You
time.
know?
Doing the recording is a good time. So, I will say that.
Yeah.
I take joy
But
in
there's
it.
going to be time. There's gonna be times where he's gonna be like, "Nah, man, I can't do it." So I gotta make sure that I take my own advice and being a dad and being who I am and doing shit for myself and picking his brain to know, like, hey, what do I need to do? What kind of equipment do I need to buy? What kind of to make sure I want to be able to do what we're doing right now. We're going live. I want to be able to go live on They Don't Get It TV. Check us out. All right, I'm done.
For sure.
Go ahead, New York. Sorry.
Nord lost internet.
Huh?
Oh, is he stuck?
Huh.
No, he said I texted him. I said everything good. He said lost internet.
Remember, he's
He
on
kept looking
storm
at.
watch.
Yeah, so he kept looking to the side. It wasn't the side with the door, so
Right. That's what I
I
was
figured it
like.
was the side with the window.
Up there.
Yep.
Went. Okay.
Hey, what does that say? You just text me. We're down to. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. We're down to our last 15. Okay, and we lost New York.
Oh,
Hopefully
that's all
everything's
right.
okay with
That's
him.
all right. Yeah, God
I
bless
had
him.
two things
Go ahead.
to add to it. One, when you're thinking about the kind of content you want to create, think about, as a dad, think about your kids and what kind of content they'll be consuming. Because
Yeah, it's true.
they might see it one day, or they might want to see it now.
Yeah.
And two, like, you can't get what's the word I'm looking for? You can't let it get you down if when starting out, you don't have a bunch of viewers if you're streaming or views on your videos that you post or whatever. Like, it takes time to get there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So New York lost internet. I don't know if he's gonna be back with our episode, but like I said, we're gonna close it out. I know he before. I don't know if you guys had heard. He's actually on hurricane watch or storm watch.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even. Damn. In the middle of May?
Yeah. Apparently, like St. Louis got hit bad, and they were on a.
There he is.
He's
Bada bing,
He's
bada
on the
boom.
iPhone.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back, New York. Give him the horns.
Fighting this storm off like a demon.
And I was saying, I was like, he's he had told us that you were
On
like,
storm watch. I missed that part.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm under a tornado watch.
Tornado watch
right now.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's actually what I was trying to show y'all was that like storm when I had my.
Okay. Shoot, you might be losing it again.
Yeah. It's okay though.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep the ball rolling.
Right, for sure.
Well, stay safe.
Yeah. New York, if you hear it, stay safe. Wait, I gotta do it like this.
Oh.
Other hand.
Is the other hand?
Oh no.
He was talking to me.
No.
You guys are stupid. Well, like I said, in your tornado watch, make sure you stay safe out there. But let's keep it going. We're down to our last 10 minutes.
Wish I could
here.
screenshot that. That was a good picture.
I'm pretty sure I could grab it.
Yeah, grab that.
Yeah. So kind of closing up here. If your kids listen, go ahead.
Yeah.
If your kids listen,
No. Go ahead. Sorry.
If your kids listen to this 10 years from now, what would you want them to hear?
Hey.
Turn it sideways.
Welcome back.
I want them to hear that.
Now he's
I want
acting.
them to be a great father, and a more understanding person than I am. I want them to be better than me, right? You always want your kids to be better than you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best advice. The best thing I want them to get from this is be better than I was, and let the generations continue. Um, yeah, be better than me. That's what I want them to hear. I want them to understand is I want them to be great. I want them to also comprehend, what I said and take it further. That's what I want.
How you doing? You good? You with us?
Gucci,
Um, for as long as I have.
Okay. We're down to our
you look like.
last,
Go ahead. Let
so
him do it.
so we're we actually from there. Um, Currently, did you have anything on that? What would you want
Well,
to?
just to kind of like take what Sensei said and not really twist it, but make it my own. Like, see what I've done it can be. And I hope that's a better person than I've been or will ever be. But even if it's not, just be the best person that you can be.
Yeah.
Don't really compare yourself to
For
me.
me on this,
Go ahead, New York. You got something?
I would sit here and say, I just want to know she's loved, and I've tried my best.
Okay. I didn't know if you
You
got a
look like
follow
you're holding two wires together to make sure you don't lose.
up.
No, I'm doing it off of actual.
Right. What was I gonna say? Yeah, same for here. Same on all of that. I just want them to be better than me, and I just want them to see where I stood on certain topics and the thought process that I had at the time. And one of the things that like my wife had pointed out to me is that my kids now couldn't have took the dad that I was to my older son, and I looked at that and I had to really think about growth between the two sets of kids. And yeah, she was like you. She couldn't. These kids couldn't take the old you. And and I always say that I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I have, where I'm at, and I'm always wanting to learn. And the one thing I would like for them to know and listen, the messaging or whatever, would be the fact that I'm only the best that I could be at this current point in time, and I'm open to learning new things and to and 10 years from now I may be a completely different father, a completely different man than I am today. And the main thing I want them to see is growth. And I wasn't perfect, but I was willing to you know continue to learn until the day that I'm not here. So yeah, that's what I would like them to see 10 years down the road when they could sit here and there's a 12-year gap between my oldest son and my youngest son, and for my wife to say that about me, you could take it one way or the other. Did I get soft? You know what I'm saying? Or did I evolve with my children? Did I learn more um, as I got? And it didn't make me soft, but it made me understand more, like why my kids were acting a certain way. Because at first I was like, he's just being, loudmouth, blah blah blah, and yeah, I would handle that according to what I thought I knew. And as I learned more and more and more, it changed the way I reacted to certain things. And I hope that that's what they see, and that's the messaging that they get if they were to watch this 10 years from now. So
That's good. That's real good.
yeah.
So, New York, are we soft or are we just evolved? I just playing. Don't answer that.
He
Don't
probably
answer
can't
that.
hear you.
I can.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He can.
he's over there playing
He's
deaf.
can.
Oh, okay. I can't.
No, I smiled. I
Okay.
smiled.
He smiled. He's on cue.
um, So New York, we got that little thing, but did you want to reiterate more as you got on your
Yeah,
computer?
recap.
What am I recapping?
I'm sorry.
About your
Just
kids.
expound on what you. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
you
any.
said it real quick.
Just trying to keep it like short and sweet because I don't know how much time I have. Right.
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 I'm definitely just want her to know that she's well loved by both her mother and I, and we are just doing the best that we can, and we don't know everything, but we're learning every step of the way.
Okay. Right.
That's the good. That's the good part. We don't know everything, right?
Right. That's the
We're all.
We don't
still
know what
learning.
we're doing.
You know,
Right.
you never know where you're going till you get there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that type of shit. You know.
Right.
I mean, I kind of know where I'm
Yep.
going sometimes, but at the same time, you get the picture. You know, you put one foot in front of the other, and you just keep going, right?
Right.
Sometimes
Especially
you're
with
gonna
this
walk in the rain, but sometimes you're
Yeah.
gonna walk in the sun.
in puddles. You know,
Yeah.
but we're gonna.
That song "Behind the Clouds" by Brad Paisley.
I never heard of it.
It was one of the songs from Cars, the very first Cars movie. Anyway, look it up. But it was
Oh,
called
okay.
"Behind the Clouds," and he basically said the sun is shining behind the clouds, and all you have to do is wait until the clouds roll away. You'll see the sun shine again, basically.
Yeah, man. We're
Okay.
just gonna continue to be the best dads we can be, the
Right.
best husbands we can be, because I know that all that. You know, we are husbands too.
Right.
You know?
That's correct. So we're to the point where I didn't want to be, but we are eventually going to get here, and that's the end.
Yeah.
The end of the show.
The end of the show.
The show. 2 hours went by fast.
Yeah. I got 1 hour and 57 minutes right now that we've been live. So this is the last time we're gonna do it. So I just want to say, in closing, is that I love you guys, and I'm so grateful
Love
to
you
you
too, man.
guys for walking the path with me. And I know I've said it because I feel this way about you guys. And I was having a discussion with somebody, and long after this, right? Long after we decide to end the show, because the show will eventually come to a finale. I might not remember everything we said. I might not remember all the comments and all the laughs. But one thing I will remember is how I felt while we are doing it.
Absolutely.
And I love doing this. I love the connections that we've made, even if it's just in our own small little circle, and knowing that there are other dads like me out there, with the same mindset. And to know that, again, I'm not alone in this. And I'm glad to think that other men out there think that what I do is radical. I'd never do that. I'd never hold up another broad and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? They think I'm stupid. But I know through networking with you guys and working with you guys doing this helps solidify that I'm not crazy. Right? So.
Crazy.
But so those are going to be my closing thoughts for this chapter of the Dad's Life podcast. And Sensei, you're going to be missed. Obviously, not missed because I'm going to be working with you on other projects, but you will be missed on the show. And again, I want to say the rebirth of the show was the push for us to see if you were going to like something like this, and to see the growth, and to see you take flight. That was part of this journey, and it's 40, damn near 80 episodes worth of content that you help create, and ideas and promotions and learning and all this stuff. So grateful to you to want to continue this and move on and do your own thing. I'm so happy for that. Crinley, you've always been in my corner, no matter what it's been. We worked on blogs together. We worked on, the content creation side, the streaming side, networking with other people. And you're just always there. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I love about you. No matter what, I put a text, your
Really
hand
gonna
goes
be
up.
there, huh?
Right.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter what time it is. It don't matter what we're talking about. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah. Flight to the sun. Yeah, I'm there.
Right. Shout
He's
guys.
IS for a city. Of course, he's always going to be there. He's got a reliable schedule. IT.
You got a seat for me? I'm going to the moon.
So one of
You
the
can
things
fly
that
me over the moon.
right, one of the things I love about you is that you've always been. You need something, I got it. You need something, I'm here for it. Sign me up. That's one of the things that I love about you. Um,
That's what's up.
um, and yeah, I can't be more grateful for somebody that even when we weren't doing this, you're like, hey, what are you doing? I wanted to be in. What are you
Yeah.
doing? I'm down. And it's just like that helps push. And you've been here the whole time. And so I want to say thank you to that. And your man, like you said,
You're stuck with me.
yeah, yeah. Since the beginning, again, working together. Who says you can't make good friends or family over the internet? You know what I'm saying? Your gaming
That's
buddies,
false.
right? You know what I'm saying? You people that you spend time with, share meaningful connections with. They don't necessarily have to be physical. Like I said, just mindset, talking, discussions, learning from each other. Um, yeah, and trusting that hey, this is what I want to do. Okay, let's try it. Okay, that didn't work out.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let's try something else, right?
Hey.
And you've been there as well, and I know your path, and I know the ups and downs, and what you've been through, and to still want to. I feel we are in the same boat because you still want to create, but you're in the same boat. You have a wife that stays at home, kid. You're doing the best you can to provide the best thing for them, navigating life, dealing with your own stuff. Like you talked about going to a spine doctor, and you are still dealing with all of your own stuff, your mental, your physical, still being there for your wife, your daughter, and then still doing this, and then being able to say that this is my out. To me, that speaks volumes to the type of person, the type of people that we are. For you to
Mhm.
say that I am going to spend however hour, 2 hours a night, a week, I'm sorry, and make some time to cut out this because I like being around these group of men, you know. Um, yeah, I mean, I can't show more gratitude for you and the path that we've kind of followed each other with doing this and evolving into this. I can't show more gratitude than that. But with that, I need to be done because we need to wrap this up. That's my final
Yeah.
thought. Crinley, do you have a final thought for the show?
I can't follow that, man. What are you talking about?
Nobody can.
Jesus Christ. I
Took up
know,
all,
right?
took up all the time.
No.
I ain't even about times, man. He hit all the points. I mean,
Yeah, he did. He
yeah,
did. He
it's
did.
been
He did.
fantastic.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'm sad to see Sensei go, but I'm like you. I'm super proud of him and how he's grown, where he's going, and I can't wait to see more of that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. New York, what you got?
Yeah, again, same sentiment. It's bittersweet to see you go, right? On one hand, it's like, no, don't go. On the other hand, it's get the hell out of here, right? Go,
Go do
hey,
something.
go do your
Get
thing.
out of
Go
here,
do your
kid. You're
thing.
bothering me. And
But at the same time, you guys have pushed me to be a better dad, and I think that's
yeah,
a big takeaway for me for this last 40 episodes.
yeah, I agree. I agree totally. I've been pushed to be a better dad. Along with being, along with being a content creator, you guys push me to I'm a triple threat now. You know what I mean? I got my own. I ain't gonna say I got my own. Yeah, I got my own show, but with my partner, so it's me and him show. I've been a better dad with my kids. I've been able to, communicate better. My mind has been, my mental health has been better. Um, being able to express myself on here. Uh, been able to like laugh and joke with some of my friends about, the Dad's Life podcast. And that they don't get it TV show. You know what I mean? Like it's this has been a journey that I will never forget, that I will always humble myself and come back to. When like I said, whenever y'all looking for, a good topic, you know, and I can handle a time frame, I'll be more than willing to come back on here and kick it with y'all and really just come back home because this will always be my home. I'll never forget what we built, on top of what you built, Flack. You know what I mean? Because you started it all, and I just appreciate you coming to me to help my dream come true.
Why is it that Eminem song bobbing in my head? Because we're the ones who made you.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, you did. I'm like a.
that's
You're
that's
the
all of a
one
sudden like
who-
you're sitting here like this will always be my home. This is where I got my start. This is where I learned. Starts playing in my head.
This is real. It's real. It's just real talk, man. I just really appreciate it, and I love y'all, man. This is gonna be a good journey, and like I said, I'm leaving to do my own thing, but it's not like I'll be absent.
Right.
Because if there's a hot topic, if there's something you really need me to come back to, I'm here.
Okay.
We'll see you next episode.
Right.
Okay, so when we need a guest, so for next season we're going to be
So
Yeah.
let's talk about it. Let's end it real. Yeah, let's bittersweet here. Let's talk about it. We do plan on continuing the Dad's Life podcast, and we wish Sensei the best on his journey. Check him out though. Check it out. They don't get it TV on YouTube. I believe they may eventually want to.
All one word. All one word. They don't get it. TV.
Okay, all one word. Depending on how they want to go, and Chef and him decide, they may end up getting put on the podcast platform, and you guys will be able to listen to them on audio. But right now, it's pre-recorded YouTube only. I'll make sure that information is in our description when we publish it on the podcast side of things. Yeah, and this is the last time I'm going to say with you guys here. So just want to say thank you for listening and following our journey, this 40 episode journey. And man, okay, let me thank you for watching this episode of the Dad's Life podcast, and we hope that you tune in to the next episode of the Dad's Life podcast, where you can get your dad life, dad advice. Peace out.
Hey, you remember when we all used to say it together?